Oh, yeah, it's the sweet, sweet sounds of another episode of the Social Distance Drinking Club Sunday Day Drink. What's going on, gang?
Hey.
Top of the afternoon to yous. I am sipping on a little bit of coffee and switching gears momentarily. As always, thanks for joining us, everybody, and tell us what you're drinking in the comments. I can hear my own voice somewhere. That's nice. I had to start my day off a little slow today and a little bit of coffee, but I went to the Golden Pineapple yesterday for dinner and a lot of cocktails.
Nice.
Yeah, probably too many, realistically, but whatever. It was nice and spaced out. Everything's good. They got a really nice big patio out there too. And the weather was like okay in the evening last night around 9 o'clock. So sat outside for a little bit, kind of thawed out from the AC inside. It was nice. Good times. Yeah. Well, what do you guys got going on? What are you drinking? We'll start with Adam Green. And a lot of tacos.
Decided to go with a little dance or dance everybody dance. Dark sky. Woo! Gun control.
Nice and spaced out. Everything's good again. Is that coming from Adam? It is coming from Adam. Damn it, Adam.
There's a reason I had muted myself, and then you turned to me before I could fix that.
We're 44 episodes into this, man. You haven't figured out the technology.
You know, I was muted. I'm like, I'm going to take care of this, and you're not going to be able to hear anything. And then you're like, let's start with Adam Green and his beer. And I'm like, okay. That's on you.
Fine. Brett Berry.
This can survived barely a rough. It's seen some shit in getting here. Laurelwood Brewing Company, Kids These Days, Hazy IPA.
How is it?
It's solid, if not spectacular. It's a little easy. It's nice.
I think we had a Ledford freeze, an Adrock freeze. So I don't have him. We'll
That's
see
what it looks like. Okay.
We'll see what swings back, but let's take a look. A couple people having some stuff. Chris Macbeth, I've got some photos to share that he sent me. They're up in Durango. They found a nice big wide open space brewery up there. And it's like 72 degrees, so perfect place to be sitting outside, day drinking. Enjoy it, Chris. You deserve a little road tripping. PJ, thank you for joining us. Water, good choice. Great choice. I should probably get with that.
PJ, where'd you get the Trulies?
Kathleen, thank you for joining us. Iced coffee. Yeah, I just knocked back an espresso because I don't particularly enjoy coffee. Like I like coffee, but I don't want to sit there and drink a lot of it. So I just shoot back espresso because it's a vessel for caffeination. I think that's what
You know, Yusuf, this morning, Ellie was craving a fancy coffee. And so I decided to venture out and support one of the handful of places I really like nearby. It was my first time going to Provision at 32nd and Campbell. They had I was really impressed with their setup because they had a window for ordering, good distancing rules in effect. Nobody was going inside, and then you picked it up on the patio, the main entrance side.
Nice.
It made me feel good about supporting them, and you know they have great coffee. They've actually got good booze too, so it was good to support them.
Yeah, I went there recently. It was good. I really like their coffee. Like that's the kind of place where I'm okay getting a nice coffee with a little something thrown in there. I think I had like a peanut butter thing there. Can't remember what it was called, but it was good. Kathleen says, I love espresso, but no machine here. Kathleen, invest in the Nespresso. It's great. It's the best thing I ever bought. Ever.
I don't do the coffee. Not my thing.
I know. That's actually one of the unfortunate things we learned early on about Adam Green is that he doesn't do the coffee, which means he doesn't do the coffee stouts, and we like the coffee stouts.
Well, that's different.
But you don't like the coffee stout. Sam Fraser cracking his first 31-44 from Ren. Okay.
Here.
Adam Green, have you tried when Modern Times does their coffee beans? They have the bourbon barrel aged coffee beans. Have you tried that?
No, but I also just have no interest in drinking coffee. Like, just not a thing I feel like I need to do.
We've learned a lot about Adam Green. I mean, he doesn't like coffee. What's the other thing that you should like and don't like? I can't remember. Oh, pickles, right? Pickles.
Pickles are trash.
See? Listen.
Pickles are trash.
Uh-huh.
They're not trash.
To be fair, does Adam Green wearing that hat look like a man who has trouble sleeping?
No, not even a little bit.
It seems like a Sunday hat, I think. A Sunday day drinking hat. Inside.
I think I'm going to put this out to the audience because the pickle debate is not a debate, in my opinion. I love pickles. I think they're great. I've got those little snackers in the fridge. Delicious.
But like, what's the debate? Like, you like them, Brett and I don't like them. Okay.
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's ask the audience.
Like, don't even get me started on Pickle's bastard cousin, the cucumber.
No, listen. The moo number can keep to itself. The pickle must go through a transformation. That's how.
A caterpillar to a butterfly.
Just saying. Real quick, I am having some delicious Big Marble ginger beer with some nice dark rum. I did not have the time to crush some ice in a Lewis bag, so just some cubes. I'm sorry, guys. Don't fault me. But it is hitting the spot on a slow Sunday. That's what we'll call it. Slow Sunday. Oh boy, this is great. There's already okay. Kathleen says pickles are amazing. Agreed, Kathleen. You're a normal human. Sam Fraser, how dare you speak of Gherkin in that manner?
Is Gherkin the new Seattle hockey team? No, that's Grafton. Okay, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure what Gherkin was.
Oh, pickles are a gift from Olympus. Thank you, PJ. And Taz says pickles are not trash. See, told you. Just saying. You know, I don't want to alienate our audience here, Adam. Why don't you just tell them that pickles are sometimes okay?
They're not though. I don't want to lie to people.
And you don't like cucumber emojis? How dare you? Oh, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. I didn't,
But then pickles end up like on a burger or something, and there's pickled juice all over the actual good parts of the burger, and it's bad.
So
No one wants that.
I'm okay with this because if we're out, I'll just take your pickles. Like, just get them on the side. I'll eat them. It's fine.
Well, they'd go to my fiance first, but yeah, I guess if otherwise.
I thought you loved me.
I once did. Yeah. But Yusuf, the problem for that is the pickles, if they come on the burger, right, or just on the dish, they're there. Even if we remove the pickles themselves, there's still remnants of pickles. Your name?
No, I'm saying, but you get them on the side. Hi, Dexter. You got a pupper alert.
Yep.
A pup date. How's Dexter doing?
Lying down now, looking away from me.
Yeah, my cat heard me start the show and then went to sleep. That's what happened. Guys, tell us in the comments what you're drinking, but also take a look, socialdistancedrinkingclub.com, and you can buy a shirt and stuff, stickers, whatnot. And we got plenty of other stuff coming up soon. Adam Letcher says, check the messenger. Thanks, Adam. We lost it for a moment, but we're checking, I promise.
He needs the link.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
We're having a real strong tech start to this episode, guys.
We're 8 minutes in, and we lost Adam within the first 8 seconds. Oh, man. What did you guys do this weekend? Anybody get out of the house?
Yeah.
Go do some adventuring? Thanks for doing.
Ellie and I ventured out briefly yesterday after we did some morning errands. Went to the new Greenwood Brewery briefly, sat outside, had a little four taster flight. Got there at 11:30, so it was not crowded, which is what I was wanting. And they have some pretty nice outdoor seating there. So we basically had the patio to ourselves underneath a nice big shade tree.
Nice.
We were hoping to go then drive by and get the burritos that were being donated, the proceeds being donated to the Equal Justice Initiative at Crescent Ballroom, but that line was a half-mile long, and it sold out before we would have gotten there. So that kind of went awry, but
that's also a good thing, though, right? I mean, people.
Yeah. I mean, moral of the story, I'll probably just throw the Equal Justice Initiative some cash and then still go to Crescent and buy a burrito at some point.
I think I've only had a burrito at Crescent once, but I remember it being pretty damn good.
Their food is delightful, actually.
I didn't even know they did lunch until I was downtown and someone said, "Hey, let's go to Crescent and grab food." The concert venue? Yeah. So it was nice.
When I worked downtown, we used to do that pretty regularly, but it would fill up actually at lunchtime. So it was sometimes had to be a longer lunch. If you were busy, it was not a good option.
Speaking of Crescent, I miss concerts. It hit me hard this week. I was like, man, I just want to go somewhere and watch a show, watch some live music, hang out. It's just sad about it.
Cool. Sorry about that. My laptop totally. So had to grab a new device.
Well, what are you drinking?
I am drinking the Rittenhouse 3144. I just tried a sip of it as I was working through the technical difficulties. It's delicious. And I hope that if Drew is watching that he's not going to be too mad, but I'm going to drop a pickle in it.
Oh, snap. We were just talking about this because Adam Green says pickles are trash. I'm so glad. He wasn't, there he is. There you go. Hey, man, don't distance him for liking pickles. That's not.
I'm powerless to help it. I don't have admin rights on this machine. If I get this,
it's not even drop him in a perfectly good beer. Like what?
Oh, yeah.
No.
You know what? It's better. I mean, it's not a cheap beer, so I think it kind of violates the ethos of doing it. But this was an inexpensive beer from Rittenhouse, and they're delicious, and I know that. And so if this doesn't turn out well, then I'll just still have the delicious 5-pack.
Is this like
this is what you're going to do with that beer? I would never have sent it down for you. Like,
is this like the equivalent? Is this like the equivalent of how my dad and uncle out camping tried to convince me that drinking down your like MGD and like throwing some Clamato juice and Tabasco was a good idea because it's freaking disgusting.
Come on.
Man, maybe it's the Southerner in me, but a little Bloody Mary mix in a really cheap light lager is a great thing. In Pennsylvania, they call them red beers, and the mix is pretty heavy on the Bloody Mary. Cheladas obviously have a long-standing tradition of that. I like a little tomato in my light lager.
I'll tell you what, I don't like Bloody Marys, but I didn't mind Cheladas. They were like, I had one at Cornish at some point months ago. Decent.
can we just, like stop putting bad foods into good beers? You guys, like this.
Oh, I was referring to MGD.
You know what though? Having tried it, this beer was so good on its own that the pickle doesn't really do anything for it. It's a great beer. If it was a beer that just tasted like a shitty adjunct light lager, I think it would probably help a lot.
So this was in the news,
Shitty adjunct light lager, beer name.
Beer name. This was in the news. I saw it pop up on my Facebook feed, on Instagram a couple of times. So people say putting a pickle in cheap beer makes it taste better. What say you? Because I still haven't done this.
I think it would definitely work for that. I definitely think it would work for a light macro lager. This beer was already good, and this is a high quality pickle. I made these pickles myself, so ain't no cheap stuff here. I just happened to use an old pickle jar because they're shaped like they need to be for holding pickles.
I kind of
Adam Ledford out here flopping his pickle on the table.
That's the first and only time I think I've ever seen Chris write anything like that. I'm not going to read it. You guys read it. I refuse to say those words. I'm not doing it.
Bear it out like I refused to say go something something when I was recanting your story at the stadium.
Go Beelzebubs. Go Hades.
See, Adam Yusuf knows how to pronounce Beelzebub too.
I can get on board with. I'm incorrect on that one. I get that.
I can pronounce Beelzebub and precautious. Just say it. Vivian says, "What city are you talking about?" What were we talking about? I don't remember what city we mentioned.
I was talking about red beers in Pennsylvania, maybe.
Yeah. Oh no, what city? Good question.
It had a real weird sounding name. It's where my neighbor's from. It's one of those Sheboygan, Gomorgan, Humpa, Chumpa. I don't know. I don't know any of the middle of our country at all. Not necessarily because they're flyover states. It's just like I never lived there. I didn't have many friends from there, and so people are like, "I'm from Manasahakaquats," and I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds like a real thing." But
I'm forgetting the name of the town. Oh, I just remembered. Okay, so my friend Skylar, who's an audio engineer I work with, is from a small town in Pennsylvania, and it is called Kunkletown. That's it, Kunkletown. There's even a Kunkletown general store. Like,
How did it get that? You ever wonder how things got their names? Like, I know some cities are just named after people who like founded them. Is that like was there?
we have weird city names. Like, there's a Baghdad, Arizona. Why? I don't know.
There's also a Y, Arizona.
There is. It's right by Ajo on the way to Rocky Point. You just keep going, and you're like, why am I still here? Why am I not at the beach?
There's
There's
a
a store in Y called the Why Not store. Like, there's a gas station called Why Not.
there's a Cairo, Georgia that should be Cairo, but Georgia.
Yeah, yeah. They go to Egypt and they check out the mummies and stuff in Cairo.
I believe it's Egypt.
I'm sorry. My southern is a little slow right now. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I did see something just now that looked interesting to me. I believe our friend Taz said, yes, she did. Finally got my merch, shirt, and sticker is on my back window on the car. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. And hey, I'll put it up again. There's a link. Check it out. Thanks, Taz. Appreciate you.
Why is her shirt on the back window of her car?
Yeah, there was definitely, this is a point where Adam Green would have grabbed his AP style book and explained where the comma went, but we're not going to do that. So
I still hung up on the pickle. So
I'm still hung up on the pickle.
beer name. Well, what? Sam Fraser says he's been to fucking Austria. I think it's Fuking? Fuking? I don't know what it is. It is a place. There's a bunch of weird ones in England, right? Aren't there like very suggestive names of towns?
There's an Intercourse, Pennsylvania, too. Pennsylvania is still sticking with the crazy names.
Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Guys, weirdest thing, when I drove back from Cottonwood, I noticed that there was baseball on TV.
Sports are
Yeah.
back, baby!
I don't watch baseball. I'm not a big baseball fan. I'll watch playoffs and like World Series because that's exciting to me. But I'll go to a game. But just watching baseball at home isn't as exciting to me. Not regular season, but pretty awesome. There were not fans in the stands, other than I think the first pitch thrown out by Dr. Anthony Fauci, and he was there with friends, family. I can't remember. That was yeah. So there was that. But sports are back, right? And they even had like a Bud Light commercial, and I hate saying anything good about them, but it was hilarious because they did the "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" song, and something about we don't care if you're home or away. And then they cut away to somebody in a Seahawks jersey, and she goes, "No, I care. I care."
Just celebrating like we can watch sports on TV again. Yay!
Yeah.
Where's the commercial? I liked it.
I don't mind it one bit. But the cool thing is,
Here, but I didn't mind the commercial.
yeah, the cool thing is everybody's looking for a way to make the stands look full right now, right? So I saw something about they were offering to put like fat heads of your like season ticket holders. You could pay to put it there for the entire season in a seat.
I mean, I just got the vibe as growing up a Cubs fan. It was just like watching when the Cubs were playing in Montreal for all in the summertime with nobody there.
I wonder. So with those cardboard cutouts, like I wonder, could you like make your money work for you and be like Microsoft on a T-shirt on your cardboard cutout, or do they have restrictions?
Yeah.
Good point, guys. How much was it if we get a social distance drinking club cardboard cutout instead of us? Not a bad thought. Yeah, I'll look down this way. You can look up that way. What do you think, Ledford?
I like this idea, Yusuf. I'm down.
Yeah, Tess says they use cardboard cutouts to represent the fans of the stand, but that's not the only thing they do. Also, thank you. Sticker on window, shirt on chest. That's the way we like it.
So we're like, come on, you could have done anything with that.
I could have. I was trying to bite my tongue.
Cover your window and cover your window.
This I found very interesting. Like I said, not a big baseball fan. Personally, sports are back. However, Fox Sports is using the Unreal Engine, which is a game engine, to put virtual fans in the stadiums in real time. Essentially, they're putting digital fans in the stadium. So I'll be interested to see how this turns out. But it's cool. It's a brilliant use of technology, and it's neat that they've gone that way. I think there's a short video here, but I don't know if the audio will play. There you go. I'm gonna just watch it because, yep, there you go. They're just filling up the stands virtually. Neat.
That's the first time I've seen Chase Field be filled in a while.
Accurate for a lot of ballparks around the country.
No, the technology is pretty cool. I heard at Fenway they even have the virtual fans yell racist insults at the players.
I was about to say, did we see this part where they're like, I can only imagine voicing this over and redubbing this and be like, yeah, we got cheering. Woo. We got booing. Boo.
You know what? I was watching the games. I've been watching the games the last couple nights, and I imagine a lot of people are like me when it comes to baseball on TV. Like, you have it on, but it's kind of on in the background. You know, like you're not so intently focused on it, unless it's like the ninth inning or a huge moment, then you do. So to that end, when you hear the crowd noise that they pump in, like just for the broadcast, and you kind of look up and you see colors in the stands, you know, people, cutouts, whatever it is, it does seem normal. And then you remember that's not actually there. You know, it's not. There's no sounds really happening in the stadiums. We don't think. We're kind of trying to figure out if, like, that ambient crowd noise they put on the broadcast, if that's actually happening in the stadium too. But like for just a casual watching of the game, it doesn't really. It makes it seem like a normal baseball game. So only sometimes it's locked in the stands now, which is even better.
I think that sound is important because you know how like casinos and slot machines have all those jingle jingle noises, and they triggered a response in people's minds, especially if they're gamblers. I feel the same way about sports. Like, first UFC fight we watched with nobody out there and Joe Rogan not yelling over a loud crowd behind him was so awkward to like listen to coaches say like, grab him, throw him. You know, like you don't normally hear the coaches, you just hear Joe Rogan yelling.
I wonder from a stat perspective too, you know, like the Freakonomics guys and a few other people have done studies that talk about unintentional home field refereeing bias because they're not meaning to do it. And on testing independently, they show that they're pretty free of bias, but yet there's still, you know, 52% of the calls tend to go the way of the home team on average. And I wonder if you just have more generic canned noise and you don't have those like vitriolic or like amazing responses to individual plays, does that serve to eliminate some of that home team unintentional referee bias? I'm super curious about that.
Yeah.
This is like, if you're a statistician and you're not an epidemiologist, this is probably the greatest time in the world to be crunching some numbers, you know?
I'd agree with that. I wonder if that's going to throw off like the people who are statisticians who were doing daily fantasy sports, because if you guys remember when DraftKings and all those daily sports sites came out, they were saying that a majority of the people who won were people who had like huge spreadsheets of data that considered, you know, home team advantage, weather, you know, people's actual records, obviously, and their stats, but everything, like what the temperature was outside. But I wonder if that is a factor and people are going to get screwed somehow. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I heard Jonah Hill and Brad Pitt were already contracted for COVID ball. It's going to be amazing.
COVID ball sounds perfect. It's way better than Moneyball. COVID.
You guys saw Dr. Fauci's first pitch on Thursday, right?
That's a bit outside.
It was not great.
Was it better than 50 Cent's first pitch that landed behind him?
Only in that Dr. Fauci's like 80 years old, so it's like you're not expecting it to be very good.
Yeah.
The best social media response was clearly Dr. Anthony Fauci doesn't want anybody to catch anything.
That's amazing.
Did you guys see the comment too that Vivian put up like the stadiums in Amsterdam? They're doing like virtual fans, and I think I saw that the NBA in their bubble in Orlando or at Disney is doing the same thing. Like the teams each get to pick, I don't know, like 300 fans or whoever, and they get on like a Zoom thing and they can, I guess they're watching the game on their TV or computer, but their image will be on the LED board or whatever around the court. So it's kind of like there's fans watching.
And I probably, sorry, go ahead, Ed.
I would say knowing the digital hangups and that internet isn't consistent and perfect everywhere. Like I feel like just my luck, I would pay and I would have the LCD experience, and they'd be panning around. I'd be like, like guaranteed that would be my 1 minute of fame.
Forget to turn your camera off.
SDDC shirt, it's fine.
Yeah.
Also, that would be when the Ledford freeze would happen.
I was thinking it would be when someone forgets to turn their camera off and they're wearing like a jersey but nothing on underneath. It's just it stands up. That's the moment we get the pan. Perfect.
It is cool though, like with the virtual fans, like obviously we all want sports and everything to be normal where we can go to the game. But the technological advances are the things we're going to be able to play around with now just to try it, to see how it is, right? Like in normal times, like virtual fans, that's the stupidest thing. But in times like, yeah, let's give it a shot, see what it's like. It's like the puck tracker that Fox tried a long time ago that everyone hated, but you give it a shot. And I think everyone but Adam Ledford hated, you give it a shot. So it's like the pickle of the sports world, I think, really. But
Yeah,
I'm excited to see that.
It's so weird how suddenly the show gets better. It's weird. I love you, Adam. I still love you. You only love me for work. Well, he's gone. We can speak freely now.
We could do this for like a half an hour. I don't think I'll ever get tired of that bit.
If we played Adam Green Pong for 30 minutes, do you think the audience would enjoy it?
No. Jack, I want to hear about Dance Everybody Dance. How is that?
It's okay. I don't love it, but I think it's just a style thing. Like,
Okay.
It's tasty, but just like some of the IPAs, it's hazy double IPA. It's not as hazy as a lot of hazies are, but it is flavorful. But it's like it'd be lying if it's like my favorite IPA that I've had from Dark Sky or from anyone. But it's plenty drinkable.
You clearly were a journalist because you were able to say nothing in several sentences right there.
So he filled his 750-word minimum by saying hazy 4 times.
Yeah, it's hazy, but not as hazy as some hazies. It's flavorful,
751.
flavorful in the way that I enjoy flavorful beers.
I like this beer more than I like pickles.
You like the beer more than you like pickles. Yeah, that's fair since you hate pickles.
So
That's the most backhanded compliment of the show.
That's a compliment.
But it does lead to a great question segue. What's your cheap guilty pleasure drink? And I want to know from the audience as well. Like we talked about High Lifes before. For me, being a thing, Michelob Ultras, I don't mind them. Trulies are actually fairly pricey in the world of, those drinks that we shall not name. I don't know. But
I enjoy a really, really cold PBR.
Totally.
But PBR is like the McDonald's French fries of beer. Like McDonald's French fries, when they're hot and fresh, you're like, oh, these are amazing. And then they start to get cold, and you're like, what weird, like, cardboard am I eating?
why does that happen?
I don't know. But, PBR, when it's ice cold, you're like, well, shit, that ain't half bad. And then it starts to get warm, and you're like, oh, no.
like bowling alley PBR tastes good for some reason.
Draft PBR is legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are certain byproducts of fermentation, especially when you use corn as an adjunct, that those scent compounds are pretty suppressed when they're super cold, and they kind of wake up when the beer gets warmer. So all of a sudden, some of the things that you're tasting, like overcooked vegetables, is one of the common descriptors. But you start to get that really kind of, oh, this is not a good beer kind of thing when it warms up, especially. So that's why a cold PBR is the greatest. Remember concerts when they're like, you could have a 12-ounce PBR or you could get a 24-ounce tall boy, and you're like, that's the greatest idea ever. I don't have to go back and forth in the crowd. This is amazing. And then 1/3 of the way into the can, you're like, this is the worst idea ever. Why did I get this big shitty beer?
And then you're like, God damn it, I have to pee.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to go back and forth and get more beer. I just have to go to the bathroom 6 times.
Yeah, I'm 42 years old, and I still have not figured out the ideal concert inebriation, hydration, elimination routine. Like I can't get it right.
Question: inebriation, hydration, elimination might be a great beer name. Yes. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle.
Sounds like a beer series.
How about freeze?
I missed. What's that?
You Hawash freezed on us.
Did I? That's weird. You guys all froze on me. I love it. Today's a tech day. It's fantastic. Dear Bob, thanks for joining, buddy. It's been a while. Hate to admit, but guilty pleasure is natter days. I know, they're good.
They're good. I'm such a hypocrite. I got up on the bandwagon. I beat that fucking drum, but man, natter days are good. I don't buy them, but they're good.
Sam Frazier is taking a pickle break. He'll be back. Sam, send us a picture of you eating a pickle. Actually, never mind. Don't do that.
You know,
foods.
You know what my former guilty cheap pleasure beer, drink is the Mickey's hand grenades.
Oh yeah,
Liquor. Like I used to play on a dart league after college, part one, and that was the thing. They were $1, and you could have $5 and really have a great night and throw darts and be oddly floaty drunk off of 5 Mickey's hand grenades.
The college, I think the college guilty pleasure drink is different than my guilty pleasure drinks now. Because I'll have to admit that I definitely partook in like the vodka Red Bulls back in college. That's not a drink I enjoy by any means now. That's not even a good way to wake up. If
the time is right, I'll still drink a vodka Red Bull. No problem with that.
It's not the worst thing.
Yeah, maybe at a concert or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you need to pick me up. You've been out all day. You're in a concert. Yeah, it seems decent. But I don't know if I have anything other than just like High Lifes and Trulies right now. That's my guilty pleasure. The cheap guilty pleasure. So
I don't have any like guilty pleasure stuff in the house because like it's just like when I go out. So if I'm at a baseball game, like a Corona is fine, you know, or I'll go with Corona. I don't know if that counts as like a guilty pleasure beer, but it's like it's not my top list, but I'm like I'll drink it when it's there. Like that's fine with me, you know. But like I don't have the guilty pleasure stuff in the house.
which is probably smart.
Mm-hmm.
Vivian says Mai Tai, Zombie, rum in general. Those are your cheap guilty pleasure drinks. You got a hell of a home bar or a good place to get some cheap rum drinks.
It's like, yeah, my like cheap drink is like Macallan 12-year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess I'll drink a blend if I'm really in a pinch.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. I mean, my guilty pleasure is just a Don Julio 1942. That's all.
Can I tell a quick side story? I was catching up with a friend I used to work with who just is like in the process of moving his family out to Hawaii. Poor freaking guy. And he is living at like the president's house temporarily. And we were having like a virtual happy hour with a couple of guys that we used to work with. And he was struggling to decide between which free drink he wanted to have in this house, the Blue Label or the Macallan 25-year. And I told him, fuck you. I believe he asked if McCollin, or he really butchered the name, but it was, yeah.
Did he phone a friend? Was he just like, hey, do you know if I should have this Yanni Walker Blue Label? Or
this is the guy who
25-year.
The only other time this guy has had Blue Label was at his bachelor party when we were in Vegas, and his brother, the best man, had gotten a handle of Blue Label from like freaking Costco. And I was shouting at every one of the assholes there to not shoot it and not put this on the rocks. And then we were late for steak dinner, and so it's Vegas. So I said, you're not drinking this fast. You're pouring this in red Solo cups, and we're walking down the strip sipping Blue Label.
Yeah.
That decision.
But wouldn't that be like a hard flex to just take a Johnny Walker Blue Label or a Macallan 25, look someone dead in the eyes, knock it back, and then just walk away?
Well, yeah.
The hard movie flex would be to knock it back while still looking at them in the eyes, take the bottle, and then walk away, and then stick the bottle in your mouth as you walk away too.
The hard flex would be pouring out for my homies, and then.
I got some Macallan 50. Here's some for the homies. That's great. Adam, you needed a rebeer, and I think it's about that part of the show where we go back to asking what you're drinking and tell us in the comments. I need a rebeer, so I'm going to step away. Adam Green, you're in charge.
Oh, no.
You fool.
By the way, I'm about ready
on that whiskey thing, we got back from Ireland, and I brought back a bunch of different stuff, and one of like it's like some Redbreast and some like Jameson 18, and I brought back this Connemara 12-year sherry barrel finish, or sherry cask finish, and it was like just this like super limited run. Like it was a tiny bottle. It cost like €100, and then the VAT. It was rough. But like I wanted to do a tasting, and so I did this little thing, and I had my little drams, and I gave it to everybody. And one of my friends, who's just not a whiskey guy at all, was just like looked at it and he goes, "Oh!" And I was like, "You get one of those. That was your one forever." Like, what can you do after it's already been done? But I was so frustrated at that moment.
Yeah. By the way,
I can't.
I want to open my next round. Can you guys? I want to have a big reveal. Can you guess the brewery?
Give me a little bit more label. Just a corner.
Just
That helped a lot. Yep.
Yep. Can you guess it yet? Well, it came in the same shipment that this one came from. Oh, look at that brewery.
Oh, nice. What do we got? Ooh.
Nice. Primordial Sky. Look at this guy. He's like, man, this whole social distance thing, I'm sorry we can't share beers. And he's just sitting there slaying whales on the daily.
His beer mail game has improved tremendously over this time period.
Well, he's had plenty of time to do research.
All right, well, if we're going out of market, I'm going to go with this South Bank. It's Ardwolf Brewing out of Jacksonville. Thank you. Shout out to Ty Pashwan for the hookup on this one. But I'm excited because I've heard great things about Ardwolf, but I haven't had any of their beers to my knowledge.
I haven't either, actually. But did we have one at the beer share with Doc? Maybe. I can't remember.
I feel like I've heard of them before. So I probably had one there.
I mean, it came out of Florida, so 6 degrees of Doc is probably not too far off.
By the way, side note, a little bit of espresso and a little bit of rum. Great freaking drink. Just really nice. But cheap guilty pleasures, guys.
I'm guilty of being an awesome cocktail craftsman.
Yeah, Chris says his guilty pleasure, his cheap guilty pleasure is what we were asking for, is a handcrafted pina colada with fresh coconut, fresh pineapple, and a healthy pour of rum. That's how I read it. So.
Well, I mean, he says it's cheap because he's clearly somewhere tropical where you just take the coconut off the tree and then go get the pineapple out of the ground, and then you cut it up right there and make it. So it's practically free when it just came off.
On the topic of guilty pleasures, I somehow stumbled upon this. Does everybody remember the 99s? The little 99 shooters from back in the day? 99 bananas?
99 bananas, kill me now.
Yeah. So I didn't know there was a 99 watermelons. And at the probably close to the end of the show, I'm just going to crack this open and knock it back. Just going to do it. And then I have a lot of work to do today. So
I don't know what this is, but it sounds like 99 Bananas sounds like a Weird Al Yankovic Jay-Z parody song.
Wait, have you never heard of these?
No.
You, Adam Green?
I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about.
Ledford, you know, right?
Oh, it was the cheapest stuff in the liqueur section. Like it was cheaper even than the De Kuyper brand stuff. And so you not me, but some people went for the 99 bananas and stuff because it was just a really inexpensive way to get sugar drunk. Like it was crazy. Yes, thank you, PJ. It is the devil.
It is the devil. Walgreens has a ton of shooters.
So you know where Yusuf is shopping for booze these days?
I just imagine 99 Bananas is like what Donkey Kong drinks a lot of, and then Princess Peach.
That one didn't land.
That one didn't land. I don't think that one landed at all.
It was a tourist.
You tried.
It does resemble, or sorry, it does smell a lot like, and reminds me of watermelon Jolly Rancher. And this was not, I did not buy this. This was, I think, gifted to me as a joke, but I have 4 of them. So there we go. You know, I'm gonna do it right now. I'll let you guys know what happens. Adam Green, you like watermelon, right?
Watermelons are also trash. Overrated as hell.
Coming back in a second to that statement, no one ever, ever, ever calls watermelons trash. All right. This is probably trash, though.
Adam, you should try pickled watermelon rinds.
Oh.
I think we should just enjoy that face right now for a second. Let's go back to it.
Yeah, water face.
Can we not right now? I gotta wash that down. That's enough.
That was worth it.
I think I got diabetes. I think I got diabetes and permanent liver damage in one fucking 50 milliliter pour just now. Like, oh man.
But oddly, it's a good source of omega-3 fatty acids somehow.
It's so weird. It says that right here on the back. Something about.
Have you tried dropping a pickle in it?
I should have read the bottle. It does say served chilled. I let the bottle chill in my house. It was chilling on the shelf. This is what I got. It's so 99 proof, obviously. It's 50%. So. Whew. All right, guys. Well, that was fun.
I had a great time.
Yeah. Did you say that watermelons were trash, though?
Here's my I don't hate watermelons as much as I hate pickles, but watermelon to me is the most overrated. Like, it doesn't taste like hardly anything.
What is wrong with you? Who hurt you?
A watermelon did once.
Okay, tell me how.
You had a really hard time at a Gallagher concert.
It doesn't taste like much of anything to me. It's just like it's not offensive of a taste. Like pickles, I think taste disgusting. Yeah, I basically can call food one thing. Trash is the only word I have in my vocabulary right now to describe.
Did you just delete pickles and write in watermelons? Like, is that all you had to do to that banner?
Piece of cake. I literally just changed. I should just make it a permanent banner. I'm gonna make it a permanent banner that says "insert food here" and just wait until he says something is trash. It could be anything. He could be like,
we could get a things Adam doesn't like banner. That might be easier.
It'd be like a NASDAQ ticker. We'll just run.
That would be funny.
There's a lot of stuff I do like, though. Let's talk about bacon, or when I'm trying to dine cheaply, filet mignon. We could talk about those things, and it's different.
Sam Fraser's comment is gold. Sam says, "Point on this doll and tell me where the watermelon hurt you." Okay. What is it you don't like? Is it texture? Is it flavor?
Pickle, cucumber, watermelon, garbage,
coffee,
disposal.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Being around people, not being around people.
What's the line from Austin Powers? When he's saving his dad and he goes, "There are only two people I hate:
Carnies.
People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch."
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a thing. Beer Bob says, "Do you like bacon vodka, Adam?"
For reference, people, by the way, if you ever see a comment or like the screen change really quickly and then change back, it's because we were both trying to do the same thing at the same time. So That's what happens there. I've never had bacon vodka.
I have once. It's gross. I personally think
so. Lipids in alcohol aren't really a great idea. So I don't know how they're getting bacon flavor in there. What you say?
I was gonna say throwing bacon in a Bloody Mary with vodka in it can be delightful.
That totally different beast. I'm just talking about beers with fats in them generally. I mean, with the exception of coconut, I can't think of another fatty thing that works well, that's been tried, at least that I've tried.
I'm waiting on Chris McBeth to send me some photos, by the way. So, Chris, if you're watching, send them to me. Not on my phone, but I want to put those up and show you guys how gorgeous Durango looked. And I can't remember the name of the brewery, but he posted it earlier, I believe. I'm ready for another trip. That 2 days up north was nice. It's a trip, not really a vacation to me, just because, 2 hours up, nice, relaxing, still has work to do. But I'm ready for a trip somewhere. I don't know where, though. Anybody debating a trip right now?
You're waiting
Where's
for a trip.
where's left for someone in Arizona? Like, do we have any options? Can we go anywhere?
I don't know, because apparently they don't want us anywhere. Like, they don't. One of our friends in the industry, one of our chef friends, was supposed to meet someone up north in Canada to go foraging, and they wouldn't let him in specifically because he was from Arizona. And he had just gotten a COVID test a couple of days prior, if I recall the note I saw him post online. Like, on the way up there, got it, and drove all the way up to the border, and they would not let him in. Other people got in. He's from Arizona. No dice. You're not coming in here.
When you get to the point where you embrace foraging culture and all the associated good vibes, and then you're like, no, fuck no, Arizona. Like, that's rough.
Oh, good. Thanks, Brett.
When Ellie and I got to Pullman to her parents' house, we definitely backed the car in so people wouldn't see the Arizona license plate and potentially force us to not go in the house or go anywhere.
I want you to put back Sam Fraser's comment real quick, Adam, if you don't mind.
You should take off the watermelons banner. I don't know what folder you made it in.
That's okay. I'll take care of that. I still wanted people to chime in, but as long as I can do that. All right. So Sam Fraser asked, "Do you camp?" You guys know the answer to this question, and I will tell you guys. But we'll start with you guys have been camping. I'm assuming everybody here's been camping, right? I've been camping. I'll do it for one night. That's what you get. One night. Yes.
Where did you find your camping bidet? Like, was that on REI's website or?
I was getting there. Side note: they do exist. Bite me.
Actually, no, you hook up a solar shower to a snorkel, and
don't they have those like solar powered water cycle things? You can get like a water bag or whatever, and give you a shower. Anyways, the point is, guys, I'm first generation born here. My family came from North Africa, from Libya. Not that they were not doing well. There was a house and running water and indoor plumbing. But for generations, people lived up in the mountains. So I like to say the same thing that Trevor Noah says. I didn't leave Africa, or my family didn't leave Africa, for me to go live without water and electricity. It's just not my thing.
You grew up in Gilbert.
Everybody just talked over each other. What was that about Gilbert, Arizona, Brett?
I just said, but yeah, you grew up in Gilbert.
Yeah, nice place. Really nice place. You wouldn't believe the empty fields and cows. The morning smell of manure. On point.
You do know where I grew up, right?
in Gilbert.
From when I was 9 months old, and I am older than you, so I am more than familiar.
You just hard flex on living in Gilbert.
I know, it's really pathetic.
Which made me very uncomfortable, by the way. In a moment here, I'm going to talk about something that we did that is it's created a very fun rivalry for us. If you remember early on, some of you guys have been with us since the start. We had our friend Christina Campion, and she is the brains behind Hot Chicks Eating Snacks. She did happen to have some part in me coming up with the idea, but we might have started a rival group. I think we're gonna make a pact to be friends called Hot Dudes Eating Foods. So
the profile picture is going to be Adam Green eating a pickle against his will.
Just a stupid face on him.
I do not endorse this marketing.
I don't think you understand, because Instagram has like hot guys reading books, hot dudes vacuuming, I'm sure exists. I don't know. There's a bunch of this stuff, like hot bros doing chores. I don't know, but there are a bunch of these. I just think Hot Dudes Eating Foods was a great idea. Plus, our first or second post was Adam Ledford taking down a tomahawk on his birthday. So,
so good. Oh, so good. And we can special guest star Ian Harwell when we do that side project, because he also had a tomahawk ribeye for his birthday. It's new amongst the meaterati.
The meaterati?
I was going with it.
It's good. We could probably hashtag meaterati. I'm sure it's totally fine.
It's going to get auto-corrected to meat erotic.
Also good.
Oh, here, I'm going to show you guys just real quick what comes up when I just type in hot dudes into Instagram. And no, it's not dirty. These are all the profiles that come up right here. So if you take a look, you've got hot dudes reading. We come up second because it is our thing. Hot dudes with dogs, hot dudes in the kitchen, hot dudes with cats, hot dudes with hummus. That's who took that from me. Somebody robbed me of hot dudes with hummus. That's it. I'm done with this shit.
Your Zohan fantasies were crushed in one fell swoop right there.
The worst part about this is the person who has that is probably someone who goes, hot dudes eating hummus, and I'm going to hate it.
Hate it.
I'm going to hate it, yes. Yeah, there we go. Hot dudes eating foods. The profile picture at the moment was automatically imported from my Facebook, so apologies, but damn it, I do look good there. There's that.
You look like did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
Yes.
Yeah, your profile pic looks like Tom Haverford's like default posing photo.
As long as you didn't say Aziz Ansari, we were okay.
I was thinking upgraded Burt Macklin.
That's fair. Take that. I did do this, by the way. Carolina Reaper cheese balls, 2.2 million Scoville units. Our friend Brandon there had to put on a glove and put it in my mouth because when he did it, it burned all sorts of things because he touched himself. Oh, his face.
He got pepper dick. We're all friends here.
We're all friends here. There it is. There's our boy.
It doesn't seem like the most efficient way to eat that.
I think the efficient way would have been to Flintstones this mother jamma and pick it up and just go to town. But that's the way to do it. I want to go to like a Mastro's and order that $175 tomahawk and then just pick it up in the restaurant while wearing a nice get up, tuck a napkin into my shirt like a bib and just go to town.
I will tell you, oh, that looks amazing. Never mind. I'm not saying what I was saying. I just want to over that.
I even gave Hot Chicks Eating Snacks a little love here, and they deserve it. So I'm going to throw them in here too. Hot Chicks Eating Snacks is a thing. It exists. But she was a little mad we did our thing. So they tried to do Hot Dudes Eating Food post, but I haven't seen it yet. So I'm calling you out, Chrissy, and Hot Chicks Eating Snacks. Bring it. We may not be as sexy as you guys, but we are hungry.
And we are undeniably hotter dudes than they are.
Accurate statement. I don't hate it.
I mean, you can't compete on that playing field.
Nope, definitely not. But check us out. Give us a follow. Hot Dudes Eating Foods. It's all one word. Don't forget the S at the end. It's Hot Dudes Eating Foods because somebody has Hot Dudes Eating Food. Damn it. Gentlemen, I am
it's like they don't know how to rhyme.
What's that?
It's like they don't know how to rhyme.
That. I'm sipping on the rest of my Michelob Ultra right now. Adam Green looks like he's walking away to go grab his last beer. And it is time for us to slowly wrap up the show here with a few minutes of, I lost my train of thought, of what we had to drink yesterday. Because I opened up some pretty nice stuff from Red House. I had I did, sorry guys, I opened up a Stasis Level 2 El Duende from Bottle Logic. That was, so for those of you who don't know, El Duende is an horchata stout from Bottle Logic, and it was incredible. I mean, I've had that thing in the fridge for a while. It was great. So good.
I think it's good that you had it in the fridge for a while. I got 2 bottles, and I cracked the first one, and it was a Cinnabon. Like, it was really over the top, as it should be for a horchata beer. But when you have a lot of cinnamon, it can come off as like kind of dry and chemically and a little bit hot. And we waited on the second bottle for a while, opened it with a friend, and Julie loves that kind of stuff. And so we opened the second bottle, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So, yeah, if you got one, now's the time to drink it.
I would say so, because I think that was my second bottle, and this tasted way better than it did previously.
I thought you said that it has the S at the end.
What?
The hot dudes eating food.
Damn it, did I miss the S? We're screwed, guys. This marketing program is not going to work.
It also read like hot dudes seating food.
Foods, multiple foods.
Hot dudes seating food. Hot dudes seating food. You know what? Can we
plating it? Because I mean, that's a thing.
Can we find a way to get hot dudes eating food with like some other little asterisk added to it or something, and then it's just pictures of us putting food on a chair? Hot dudes eating food.
Wait, I got an idea. Oh crap! Never mind. It doesn't work because you're not a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, Yusuf. I was gonna say hot dudes with circumcisions eating nutritious could really be. Oh god, we could blow it up.
Wait, what? Why does that not work? Because I'm not a wasp.
I don't know who's circumcised.
I'm fucking Muslim, man.
Are you circumcised too? I don't know these things.
We're Semites, dude. Yeah, of course. It was like a thing.
Oh.
Why are we having this conversation 55 minutes into the show about circumcision? Please don't do that ever.
Would you rather us have it 3 minutes into the show?
No. I'd rather we never had this conversation.
Well, let's focus on Yusuf's penis more.
I'm going to go again because
Personally, guys, I've got a better idea. Hey, Adam, I had a really good time with you on Thursday on the show. It was a lot of fun.
that was fun.
It was a great time. It was a great time. I just don't think that the proper transition was that out of trying to get people to look up something called hot dudes eating foods. Because now maybe they're going to get a little apprehensive about going on Instagram and finding out what a tomahawk steak looks like. You know, so
It's going to be very surprising, baby.
slightly, it really does. I'm
correct. That was funny.
Yusuf, the show started with pickles. It's ending with pickles.
Pickles all the way down.
And on that note, holy crap, the comments are coming in.
Oh my god.
Hot beer eating dudes. Listen, we got to figure out where the emphasis on the syllables is.
Yeah.
And if we hyphenate beer eating, it won't go well. Thanks, Chris McBeth, for the comments.
I like Vivian's record scratch comment.
Oh, man, that was intense. Okay, we got some photos I want to show you guys from Chris. He just sent them over. Let me see if I can get that loaded
They're
up.
related to what exactly?
No, thank God, nothing to do with what we just talked about.
Okay, just
Never happened.
making sure.
Oh, man. That was a lot of fun. So he's got pictures from Steamworks Brewing Company, and they are out there having a good time. I'm going to show you guys a couple of photos here. Thank you for sending these in, Chris. I'm glad you were having fun. Oh, this one's fantastic. I'm excited. But what do you got there? Another 30. How come I didn't get any of this, guys? Nobody calls me and asks me if I want anything when I'm out of town.
You're a partial member, and also you live in like the greater Phoenix area. You could go to Rent House or have them deliver it to you.
I could. I just, I have my split membership is with our dear friend Rob, who we miss. And Rob, I know you can't watch the show right now, but when you do, we miss you.
He's not watching anytime
No.
soon.
He's probably never going to watch the show.
You could probably just go to Rent House's website and order this beer.
Look at that. That's a whole pitcher in your face. Mind you, Chris, I believe, is gluten intolerant, maybe celiac, but I know he's gluten intolerant, and he's drinking beer today.
Is that big hunk getting drunk?
Big hunk getting drunk. Go grab it right now. You just said it out loud.
That picture clearly looks like the eating beer comment he was referring to.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I got two more I'll show you guys here in a second, but I'm glad you're having fun out there, Chris. We appreciate you still taking the time to watch the show while you're on your road trip and out and about. That is awesome. And
that's in Durango, you said?
yeah, in Durango. I've got a picture of the brewery right there, Steamworks Brewing Company in Durango.
This looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks great. He said it cleared up. The skies cleared up when they got there, and it was just clear, pretty sunny, and 72 degrees, which sounds perfect. Maybe that's where I want to go. You guys want to all take separate cars and meet up in Durango?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Sign me up. Here's Chris is my hero or spirit animal, says Fraser, or maybe both. Ooh. Quick photo, last one I've got from him. There's Chris and his lovely wife, Amy. and what I will assume is a person who is upset that they have to social distance behind them.
Looks like it.
He doesn't look happy about it at all.
His eyes tell the story.
Is that a to-go beer?
He looks like he has good reasons why flags don't mean anything that you think they mean.
Hey guys, Chris says he's up there until Wednesday. So anyone watching the show, you're all invited to just head to Durango and find Chris.
You can't miss him.
Yeah. What's that?
I said, where's Christo?
Where's Chris? Great book. Where's Chris? He's been out and about. I mean, they've just been going out anywhere in the wilderness. They've got a camper and doing their thing. So
That's the way to do it.
I would too. Amy's a teacher, so this is the time for them to get away. For sure.
I never thought I would like actively be like understanding what the camper market is, but in the light of this whole thing, again, things that retirement people say, I'm just like, yeah, we should get a camper. Even a little one. I don't need a fifth wheel. It's fine. I mean, I can own one, and that's cool too. But I mean, what's the secondary market look like on these retirement facts?
I just want to point out Chris's comment says, just do a moose call and I'll come.
There's a lot to unpack in that statement.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been an hour, and boy, oh boy, did this roller coaster take a couple of loop-de-loops in the last 10 minutes. And on that note, everybody, socialdistancedrinking.club.com. Check us out. All of our socials are there, and you can buy merch. And, Hot Dudes Eating Foods with an S at the end. Don't let me forget it. Gentlemen, did anybody re-beer before we end the show and got something new?
I already showed it.
Okay, yeah, just the 3144. Well, cheers. Anybody got anything else to say? Because I think it is time to thank everyone for joining us today for the Sunday Day Drink. We'll see you guys on Tuesday at 7:30 Pacific time. That's PM, not AM, because no one wakes up that early and drinks, right? Right? All right, gang. Damn it, I lost our photo. I can't close the show without the photo. It's a thing. How did I do this? Today's been a technological nightmare.
Your name?
I was going to say technological nightmare.
Your name. We'll see you guys on Tuesday, 7:30. Thanks for joining us.